Cursed canvas reveals future. I found it at the corner stall, tucked between faded postcards and tarnished silverware, a painting with colors so vivid they seemed to pulse with life. The scene was serene, a cottage by a tranquil lake, surrounded by lush, emerald trees. I was drawn to it inexplicably, as if it whispered secrets only I could hear. But as I hung it on my apartment wall, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, a disquiet settling in the pit of my stomach. That night, as shadows crept across my room, I woke to an almost imperceptible change in the painting. The cottage was the same, but the trees seemed to sway, though no breeze disturbed my room. Days passed, and each morning brought new, unsettling details, a storm brewing in the once clear sky, the lake's waters beginning to churn with an ominous energy. I told myself it was my imagination running wild, but deep down, dread coiled around my heart. One evening, as I returned from work, I saw it, the cottage now partially submerged, the trees twisted and gnarled as if writhing in pain. I tried to convince myself it was a trick of the light, a flaw I hadn't noticed before. But the terror was real, and it gripped me with icy fingers. Desperate for answers, I reached out to an art historian, hoping for an explanation grounded in reality. As I laid out my fears, he listened with a furrowed brow before delivering the chilling revelation. The painting depicted not just any future, but mine. The lake, he explained, was known in lore as a harbinger of doom, a reflection of one's darkest potential outcomes. The scene shifted to warn, to guide, but never to deceive. The storm, the rising waters, they were omens of a catastrophe awaiting me. I had unwittingly invited a prophetic curse into my home. As the historian's words echoed in my mind, I couldn't tear my eyes from the painting. The cottage had all but disappeared, consumed by the ravenous lake. Panic surged, propelling me to take action, but the canvas seemed to pulsate with a life of its own, holding me in place. I realized then that the painting was not just a warning, it was a promise of what was to come. The future I desperately wanted to avoid was no longer a distant possibility but an impending reality, and as the final brushstrokes sealed my fate, I understood there was no escaping the destiny the painting had foretold.